not.
If the president is going to give a speech highlighting how elections should be more secure, I'm not sure why that's a bad thing. Number two segments ago, you talked about how we shouldn't be prejudging things without seeing the evidence. You criticized the administration for defending some of these cops and some of these situations. Why are we presupposing that whatever the president says, whether it's evidence or it's opinion or there's some new evidence that a foreign government tried to hack our elections, why are we presupposing what the DOJ, the president, the White House is saying is false? I think that's a big reason that we're on a big
because people have looked and they have found nothing. We're not prejudging.
That we haven't seen.
We're actually reading facts.
No, you don't know what he's going to say. You don't know the evidence, and you've already decided that it's wrong. You've already decided it's wrong.
I feel like
the president said nothing in the interview that you just saw. He said nothing about what they're going to talk about on Thursday
politically,
night.
Can we talk politically?
Great. If he doesn't talk about the election, fine.
So but if he has evidence that there's some sort of fraud or corruption in the elections.
Hold on. Evidence of what? What exactly?
I knew you were. So we've gone through this. We've gone through
evidence of what? I mean,
the mouse on the wheel.
What evidence is he going to present?
Look,
about the election that he lost.
I'm with Joe. I think it's not good to prejudge a speech that hasn't been made yet. But there has been speculation that investigators have found that there may have been foreign interference or attempts at foreign interference in 2020.
Okay.
Now, it wasn't that many years ago, as Joe pointed out, that we were all aflutter about foreign interference in our elections.
So
if he has allegations
you don't think the results
and evidence, don't you want to know it?
So Scott,
aren't you curious as a journalist?
Conspiracies of the people who were involved in the 2020 election conspiracies coming back again, but now Trump has he put his people over at the Director of National Intelligence, and apparently some of these same folks are behind this speech. The Washington Post reports that he's making this primetime address at the urging of Bill Pulte, the acting DNI, and John Solomon, the former conservative journalist who temporarily joined the White House to help review government records for release. Solomon has long requested investigations surrounding Trump and his push for the release of FBI investigatory files related to alleged election interference. These conspiracies, to be clear, there was no evidence in 2020. There's no evidence today. Trump literally called down to Georgia and asked for them to look for 13,000 votes that he lost in a Republican-led state where Republicans down ballot won and he lost. So again, what are we rehashing
And I think
here?
the thing that is most confusing right now is that you actually used to believe that too, Scott. So I hope right now in this moment you are not actually questioning the results of the 2020 election, because that is really dangerous.
I've said nothing of the sort.
Okay,
Have you heard me say otherwise?
Let's just make sure. I just wanted to double check.
If you want to attack me, let me answer.
I'm not attacking you. I'm just questioning what you were saying.
Here's all I've said, is that we know what we know today. The president plans to make a speech on Thursday. There have been speculations that they have found possibility that foreign governments may have tried to interfere in the election. Now, whether that changed anything or not, I don't know. But don't you all want to know? That is
we
true?
do know.
Don't you think the first step's the line?
We know.
I mean,
the answer to that question, honestly, is no.